I want to start tonight by telling you guys something that very few people know. I don't remember the last time I laced up for a competitive hockey game. It was a regular season game, nothing special about it. Couldn't tell you who won or lost, honestly. No significance, no weight, just another game to end the regular season. Except it wasn't. That was the last competitive hockey game I ever played. I just didn't know it yet. See, I never got a seniors night. I never got an awards banquet like this one. I played 4 years of BCIHL hockey, 1 year in U Sport, 2 championships, 3 league titles, and I never stood on the ice knowing it would be my last time. COVID stripped that away. My 4th year regular season ended, and that was it. We found out that playoffs were canceled when we got to the rink for our first game of playoffs. No farewell, no ceremony, no goodbye. And I kept waiting and waiting. And one day, I was at the end of my 5th year, and I realized that was the last game. I graduated university watching my ceremony on a Zoom conference from my parents' living room. My son was 10 months old. I was moving cities, figuring out how to be a partner, a dad, find a new career, and find a place to live. And somewhere buried underneath all of that, I was grieving something I never got to do. I never got to say goodbye to the game. So you need to understand something about why I'm standing here tonight, because this isn't just a speaking engagement for me. I take it as a true honor to be able to recognize the graduating seniors, because you gentlemen are living a moment I never had. And it's not just about you or me. It's about every teammate you had along the way who didn't make it to where you are now. Your past college teammates who never stuck to graduation. The junior teammates who never moved on to university, and all the local boys you grew up with playing who quit before you even felt you were getting started. You are the ones still standing. So regardless of what happens this weekend, I want to take a moment to honor the graduating seniors. So gentlemen, you've earned this moment. Now, tonight, I don't want to talk to you about championships or scoring titles or what happens this weekend. I want to talk to you about the thing that you've all been building for years without even realizing you were building it. Because here's what nobody tells you about competitive hockey. While you've been working on your game has been working on you. The practices, the off-ice training, the video sessions, the road trip, the pressure, all of it. That's all the container. That's where competition lives. But the competitor, that lives in here. And it doesn't care what arena it's in. Think about what you've actually done. For years, you've chosen the hard road. You've been in rooms where the pressure was real. You've played through injuries. You've had coaches push you past what you thought was possible before. You've had nights where you felt unstoppable and losses that have made you sick to your stomach. And every single time you chose to keep going. That's not just hockey. That's a life skill. And one most people never develop. Most people never get to spend years in the environment where discomfort is normal, where pressure is normal, where showing up tired still means showing up. But you have. Now, I want to share a story from my journey to help you remember some of the moments from yours. It was a playoff game my freshman year. We'd already done something nobody expected. We swept the 4-time reigning champions in the first round. And nobody saw that coming. We were supposed to lose. Second round finals come around. We go to game 3, deciding game. 0-0 after the first period. 1-1 after the second. Another 15 minutes go by without scoring. The building is tight. I mean, paralyzing tension from the energy from this crowd. Every second dropping down matters. And then with 4 minutes left, we take a penalty. And that penalty cost us a goal in the power play. So here we are, down 2-1. Less than 4 minutes left. I want you to think about what that feels like, because I know many of you in this room have felt that before. 4 minutes. We'd scored twice on this team in the last 5 3/4 periods. Now, down a goal with 4 minutes left, you could understand backing off, understand conserving. And most people in that situation start doing the math and silently accepting the outcome. But that's not why we play. So we attacked, and attacking led us to another penalty. So now there's 2 minutes to go. We're down a man and we're down a goal in the game 3 final. And with just 40 seconds left, we scored shorthanded, bring it back to 2-2. Needless to say, the building erupted. What felt hopeless just 30 seconds ago was now uncontrollable excitement. 40 seconds of a penalty kill to go back to even strength, take it to overtime, and have a chance to win. The crowd, the bench, ice, just entirely electric. But with just 7 seconds left, a point shot finds its way through, 3-2, season over, no championship. I wish I had a happier ending, but we didn't win that game. And yet, I want you to think about what happened in those last 4 minutes. Shorthanded, with the season on the line, 40 seconds left to take it to overtime. We competed. And that doesn't come from strategy. It's not something a coach can drop on a board. That's character. And that's what the competitor looks like when the results are no longer guaranteed. Now, that's one piece of my story, but I know that you have your own. Every one of you in this room has worked to build that competitor. So when hockey eventually ends, whether that's this year for you or whether that doesn't have an end date yet, the competitor doesn't leave with the sport. He just looks for a new game. See, hockey ending for me wasn't a big planned moment. It just stopped. I didn't realize it for over a year. Suddenly the game that I'd played my entire life was now gone. But something happened. That competitor didn't disappear. He just started showing up elsewhere. In triathlons, in high rocks races, in marathons, now mountain biking, in building a business from scratch in a city where no one knows your name. It's not something I went looking for. It's just something that showed up because it was never about the sport. It was about the competition. And the competitor doesn't retire. He just finds the next arena. So you have somewhere to go. You might not know where that is yet, and that's okay because the competitor in you is going to find it. Now, before I go, I want to talk to you a bit about championships for a moment because when you're playing, they feel like everything. The banners, the trophies, the rings, and I wanted those rings more than I can still put into words. But think about the players that you remember the most from your career to this point. The ones who left the biggest impression. Are you remembering their stats, their goals, their save percentage, or are you remembering their character? The guy who laid down to block shots, even though you've seen the bruises on his ribs and thighs from the night before. Or the teammate who set the standard in the room without having to speak it. The one who controlled his temper when he had every right to swing back and retaliate. Or the one who made everyone around him better without needing to take credit for it. That's what sticks. Character sticks. Leadership sticks. Compete sticks. The scores disappear. The competitor remains. So I want to leave you each with one question this evening and sit with it long enough to get uncomfortable. Who do you want to be remembered as? Not what you want to accomplish or how many championships you want or what your stat sheet says or what awards you get. Who do you want to be? And I mean, 10 years from now, when your teammates who you're in this room with are talking about you, bringing you up, sharing stories of these moments from this weekend and this year, what do you want them to say? What do you think they're going to say? And are those two answers different? Why? Because that reputation is being built right now. It's the special moments like the games this weekend and the road trips. And it's the everyday moments that you think don't matter until you look back. It's everything. And if you're worried about your next steps, I'll share this. I was told in junior, those would be the best days of my life, to hang on to it. Then in university, I heard the same chorus. Hold on to these days. They are the best of your life. See, I graduated 5 years ago. And every year since, I've said to myself, I really feel like this year is going to be my year. Every single year has been better than the last because the competitor in you doesn't have an expiry date. He doesn't hang up his skates when the season ends, and he doesn't retire when you graduate. Only looks for the next arena. The men who keep competing, who keep raising their own standard no matter what arena they're standing in, those are the ones who look back at 30 and realize something incredible. Their best years weren't behind them. They were just getting started. So gentlemen, this weekend is important, but understand that your best years are still ahead of you. Not in spite of the competitor inside of you, but because of him and how you've built him. Thank you.